Welcome to the Wolverine Nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Wolverine Guy Kill. Let's do what?
Right up Main Street.
We win this shit.
Oh my god, penetration.
Wolverine Guy Kill. Welcome to the Wolverine Nation.
All right, welcome in everybody. Good morning. I see Feifei here with the the camera save. How are you doing, Magnetron? Thank you so much for that prime sub. I owe you 10 bodyweight squats here in just a minute. It is leg day here, so we're going to be specifically focusing on the glutes, and the glutes, pretty much. Today's butt day. We're doing a lot of butt stuff. Feifei, I know that's kind of the bane of your existence, but today is butt stuff day. For those of you that don't know me, I am Wolverine Guy Kev. I am Clabbers. The fuck did you just walk into? Ooh, no, but yes, butt stuff. Today is all butt stuff. Nothing but butt stuff. We are in butt stuff overdrive. If I thought I could get away with it, I would just change my stream title to butt stuff, and that is it. But I don't think I can get away with it. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Wolverine Guy Kev. I am a professional opera singer. I am a father of 4, and I gained a couple of pounds. You will notice that right down over there. Sorry, I have to. My camera's reversed, so I always have to like follow my hand. I am down to 266.3 now, so I've lost about a pound this week. It's going a lot slower than it was at first, but that's exactly how you get sustainable weight loss. There's that peach stuff could probably fly. I could eat a peach for hours, and then you start getting into Nicolas Cage quotes. So when you first start losing weight, typically the beginning is the easiest because you weigh the most, and it's easier to drop a bigger a bigger percentage of your weight. As you start going, you tend to plateau and not see the results as quicker as you did in the beginning. That's when people start getting really, really frustrated. And plus, now I have been at this for what the fuck is going on with my fat? Let me fix that real quick because that is, God, that's annoying. I think I actually do know what happened. Would it be my stream if I didn't have a tech issue? All right. Give me 1 second. I know how to fix this. That's in the top. There. That should have fixed that. Oh, butt stuff worked. All right. I also don't know why I was in just chatting. This is a fitness and health stream. So, oh shit, I got to get that back over on this monitor. One of these days. There we go. All right. You know what I should do is I should use there's actually a studio mode where you can have like multiple windows up of OBS on different monitors. I should use that more often. All right, so it's butt stuff officially. So Deadman's gonna be coming in. Clabber's probably losing their damn mind just over there, just like ooh 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 ara ara. I was looking up. I got a notification on OBS today that said I can start man. My friends are idiots. That I could start managing my Plus program goals. Now, for those of you that don't know, Twitch last year rolled out a program called the Partner Plus program, where if you got essentially enough subscribers, then the percentage of that subscriber income changed and was more beneficial to you. So for those of you that don't know, affiliates get a 50-50 split. So when you spend $5 to sub to my channel, I get around $250 of it. And I say around because it's never $250. Sometimes it's $2, sometimes it's $260. I don't know how the hell they calculate it. It's so bizarre. And really strangely enough, I get more income off of a Prime sub than I do any other kind of sub. So that's weird. But it's a 50-50 split. Partners also get a 50-50 split. I don't know what the hell the incentive is to be a partner now because they just extended the Plus program to affiliates. What I believe I read, and I only glanced over this, is that once you hit so many sub points, so every sub is like a different amount of points. And so the number of subs you have is different than the number of sub points you have. Once you get to, I think it's 100 sub points, then you get a 60-40 split on the revenue. So I would get slightly more. Partners, I think, might get 70-30 at a certain point, but I think they have to hit another tier after that. So what the hell is the point of becoming a partner in Twitch? Other than getting the purple check mark, I don't understand what the appeal is anymore because it's a ton of fucking work to get there. And I know, like, you never get on your first try. There's an approval process. You have to apply. There's probably an essay you have to write. I mean, it is an involved process, and I don't understand it. I love every single one of those emotes that you just posted, by the way. I wasn't looking at the time. I'm going to turn this just a little bit so I can look at it a little easier and actually see the chat. So yeah, there's that. Let's see what else is going on. My 7-year-old, soon to be 8, decided this morning at 6 a.m. that he was going to come in and just start a conversation with me. I was not awake. My alarm doesn't go off for another hour, and he's just talking like, what is going on right now? And I know he's saying words to me, but then he started asking me questions, and I finally was like, Joel, for the love of God, you have to wait until my alarm goes off before you talk to me. And then my alarm went off, and immediately he starts like right back in. It's so much work, and honestly, never a goal. My 200 followers, absolutely, I want that by affiliate anniversary. I'm not that far off, but I can never even dream of having a viewer average 5 in a single stream. In my like stream heyday, I was averaging around 25 viewers, and that's a lot to manage. Right now, I'm averaging around 10. I'm fine with that. I want it to be bigger, sure, but I know that I have to build it back because I've been gone for a while, which means that the algorithm of what little Twitch discoverability we have is a lot of my community isn't on Twitch anymore. Like my really close friends, they're still here. You guys are still in chat right now. And there's some that'll be coming in soon. But I've got to build all that out. Plus, I'm streaming in a different category. So that's also working against me. I am eventually going to start multi-streaming to YouTube. I think TikTok is too much of a pain in the ass right now, anyway. Hey, Stereo Have You. What I will probably do is I will still continue to use my phone to stream to TikTok because I have to, but I'm not going to pay as much attention to it as I did the other day because I was really trying to talk to a chat that was frankly non-existent. TikTok is not the best for streaming live, but it becomes a lot better once you meet their requirements to stream from like OBS and use overlays and stuff because then you catch people's eye. And that's the issue with TikTok is with their lives, when you're scrolling, you have to catch people within like the first couple of seconds. Your stream has to look good in the first couple of seconds or they're scrolling right by. But would never abandon Kev Senpai. Oh no. Estera, how are you today? Welcome in. Today is Butt Stuff Day. That was Magnetron's idea, just so you know. And Faye. Faye was like, you know what, today I want to do butt stuff. I'm like, all right, we're doing butt stuff. Squirrel Dad has a decent TikTok setup, but it's still so much. There's a plugin you can put into OBS that actually makes it super easy to set up. And there's another plugin that you can simulcast right from OBS. The problem becomes keeping up with chat in multiple spots. there's that. There's also the fact that the people on each platform cannot talk to each other. So my Twitch chatters can't see the YouTube chat. Now, the solution to that is taking up screen real estate and putting the chat like here, or actually here would be better because it's right under the camera, right? I don't know that I'm willing to lose any more screen real estate just because of the nature of my stream. Doing all right. The dad crew's in full effect in my neighborhood. The lawnmowers and yeah, my lawnmower broke a while ago, and rather than fix it, I just started paying somebody to mow my lawn, which is funny because the amount I've spent to have my lawn mowed over the last 2 years, I could have just bought a new lawnmower or maybe even gotten mine fixed. But I'm lame like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna start stretching. Because we know Faye can't wait for the butt stuff. She's gonna kill me before the stream is over. But I don't think I'm gonna stream to TikTok all that much. Like maybe once a week. Until I can bump up the viewership and get permission for TikTok to deem me worthy to stream from a desktop. And that's the stupid thing, is that you practically have to meet the partner requirements on TikTok to be allowed to stream better. I was watching Limitless Fitness the other day, and she actually does a really good job of it. She's streaming everywhere. She's streaming to YouTube, Twitch, Kick, TikTok. I don't remember if she was doing Facebook or not, but the only issue with that is that it takes up a lot of processor power. Side eyes I get from my neighbors a little silly because I mow when I want to and could care less on keeping the lawn and golf course. I have to. There's a couple things I need to do with my lawn. I've got a plethora of weeds and dandelions. I'm pretty sure I have a small, very small leak in my sprinkler system, which I have never used and I don't think has been used for 10 years. But there's one spot in my grass that is super fucking green. It's like this, like 3-foot in diameter circle of grass that is so ridiculously healthy. Doof has been so excited for mowing the lawn. He is such a dad. That's so funny. I've also got a ton of tree branches in the backyard that I've been putting into the yard waste bin. It's a lot of tree branches. We cut down a tree last year, and I was not the one that cut it down, so I wasn't there to suggest putting everything into the yard waste bin. So it's in my backyard. That's all right. Also usually means there is a decomposing body there. I mean, that's possible. It's a small body. Might be a dog. Or it might be, the woman that sold us this house might be her uncle. He died in this house. The one that we found all of his homemade pornography. Dude had hundreds of Polaroids of this older woman who had no business being as flexible as she was. I'm still scarred from that. I used to remember okay, so first of all, we were having our HVAC system cleaned out because it hadn't been cleaned in a while, and Jen's got bad allergies. And I'm sitting in the living room and I hear one of the guys that's doing it like, sir, can you come here for a second, please? So I get up, I'm like, we got to show you something. Okay. And me and my oldest come walking in, and dude's like, not you, pointing at my son. I was like, okay. He's like, we found something. Like, okay, what is he? He goes, it's porn. I'm like, fuck. I was like, oh my god, oh my god. So I called, I called Jen and told her about it, and she, so she's like, don't throw it away. Like, what? Like, the house is haunted. She told us that. Like, okay, are we gonna anger Uncle whatever his name is by throwing away his porn? She's like, we might. Like, okay. She comes home from work, goes, where is it? It's in our bedroom over there. It runs past me. And all I hear, that's your wife. I know, right? All I hear from the bedroom is, oh, wow. Oh, good for her. And then, that's my laundry room. Yes, that's definitely my wife. For the record, we still haven't thrown it away because, he's haunting this place. So many of you know that I am binge watching Smallville. I have finally reached season 6. I have finished the first episode of season 6, which is where General Zod, has possessed Lex Luthor, which actually is canonically accurate. There are universes that happens. Maybe not necessarily Lex Luthor, but the ghost of Zod had to possess somebody, essentially. Taking recent photos with that big fat note for my wife. I've long since stopped asking. My grandma died. My mother very instantly took all his old VHS tapes and was looking over at them. Had to very quickly inform her that the movie titled DP Beach Sunsets was not Disney. Oh my god. That's amazing. Magnetron definitely. Hide it back in the HVAC vents. So one thing I think is very cool, one thing I love about a lot of these DC series is the callbacks and the winks and the nods to previous entries in the series. For instance, in Smallville, Christopher Reeve had a recurring part. Margot Kidder was in an episode or two. What the fuck, Siri? And Annette O'Toole, who was Lana Lang in Superman 3, plays Martha Kent. And Jor-El in Smallville is voiced by Terrence Stamp, who, if you know anything about the Superman franchise, was General Zod in Superman the Motion Picture in that one brief clip, and the main antagonist in Superman 2. So he voices Jor-El. And I always thought that was really, really cool. So we get to the point where Zod has escaped the Phantom Zone and has possessed Lex Luthor. First of all, I thought it was cool as fuck that they basically recreated the scene at the end of Superman 2 where, first of all, Lex said, kneel before Zod. I was like, he said the thing, it makes me happy. Hey, you like what's happening? I've fallen and I can't. Yeah, basically. Oh, let me get this one. But so then Superman Clark kneels because he's setting a trap for Zod, much like in Superman 2. He tells him to swear allegiance to Zod. Okay, and then they basically rip Zod's ghost out of him. And when it comes out, you have to look quick, but it's Terrence Stamp, complete with the Zod beard. It's so great.
Those biddies.
Hey, Premise Land, thank you so much for the biddies. Hello. Subjected to that story, I have to ask, with horny uncle possibly haunting the place, you have random parts of the house start squeaking into. Not yet. What's funny is that Jen called the previous owner, the woman that sold us the house, and said, "Hey, we found this stuff." And she was, "Yeah, that sounds about right. That's on brand." Um, so she was in no way surprised at all that this existed. She also did not want it. We offered it back to her, and she was like, "No, I'm not interested." Okay, whatever. Ooh. Take shot. Oh, teacher asked some boys one time if you were on a date with a nice young woman, how would you excuse yourself to go to the men's room? Woman would say, "I have to go pee." She said it was rude and polite. Somebody said, "Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom." Teacher said, "Better," but using the word bathroom is polite. And it's a dear friend of mine that I hope to introduce you to. Nice. I have never understood why saying "I gotta go to the bathroom" is impolite. It's Are there people that just don't go to the bathroom? I mean, is that a thing? All right. So with today being butt stuff day, we are starting off with RDLs. RDLs and hip thrusts are the two best ways to grow your glutes. I do not have a good way to do hip thrusts here yet, just because of some stability issues with my cheap ass bench, and well, it's hard to get that bar over my gut. So we are going to go with 205 today. RDLs are very much a hinge movement, and involve very little bend at the knee. And unlike a lot of lifts, this one, all of the work is done on the negative when you're setting the weight down. It's almost like a reverse deadlift. That was my finger. Okay, so note to self, never pick that up like that again. So if Johnny got that Riz, I don't trust people that don't go to the bathroom to flush. Nice. Riz. Riz is charisma, right? Trying to keep up with the lingo here. All right. So we got a 45, 25, and a 10 on each side. With the 45-pound bar, that is 205 pounds total. Get this out of the way. Excuse me. The kids are still calling it. I don't know. There's drip. There's Riz. I guess Yeet and On Fleek are oats yesterday or whatever the fuck the kids say now. Is the music kind of skipping out for you guys? It has totally stopped for me. And I'm wondering if it's an issue with my HomePod or an issue with iTunes. And it's back. I would ask the kids, what's cool nowadays? Keep running away after I scream, get up. Can't imagine why, Premise Land. All right. So this isn't necessarily a pulling motion per se, at least with the arms, but because my grip strength is going to be involved, I am using my lifting straps. Again, these are VersaGrips Pro. You can get them for around $70 on Amazon, and cheaper if you don't get the Pro version. Just got some mail. Just this, my kids' school newsletter. I just needed to look something up real quick. Oh yeah, my memory is crap. I swear. There's grips. That's with 2 P's. So there's VersaGrips Classic are $55. VersaGrips Pro are $75, and VersaGrips Extreme are $108. I honest to God don't know what the difference is. So let's see if we can find that out. Okay. So the Extreme have the patented U-shaped insert and are double sewn for enhanced durability. There doesn't seem to be a lot of difference between the Classic and the Pro is a little bit bigger. But the Pro are the most popular product and are perfect for people who lift multiple times each week and wants maximum support and comfort. Also the Classic doesn't have the non-slip material. So those two things are actually pretty important. So about $80. You had me at stuff. Yokai James. I'll be back. I'm in need of a taco. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. I'm always in need of a taco. How you doing, Yokai? Vital Philly, hello. Welcome in. Good morning. All right, so we are doing RDLs. These are one of 2 exercises that are fantastic for growing the backside, the gluteus, and also put a little bit of high beam, yeah, butt stuff. They put some emphasis on the hamstrings as well. What we're doing is we're lifting the weight all the way to a standing position, locking out, and then we're bending at the hips with a very slight bend in the knees, and we're going to put it back down until you can no longer scoot your hips back. Once your scooting is done and you have to bend over at your hips to go more, then it becomes a stiff leg deadlift. There's a very subtle difference between the two. Stiff leg deadlift focuses mainly on the hamstrings and put some emphasis on the glutes. Flip that for an RDL. Your RDLs, once you get to that point, you want to have maximum tension on your glutes at the bottom of that movement, have that stretch there. So you want to pause for just a second. That was a sentence. Out to go bowling and then to sleep. I don't do sentences. I simply word until sense make. All right. So I'm still going to lift this like a conventional deadlift. I got my feet a little bit closer together than I normally would. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I farted so much. There was so much farting. It does not smell good in here right now. If you're feeling this in your back, you need to either go lighter or you're not bracing your core. This is not just bending straight over. That's a totally different exercise, and it will put a strain on your lower back. You want your legs slightly bent, and it's like it's like there's an open kitchen drawer behind you. You've got to shut it with your butt. Okay? And that tension at the bottom is what is going to grow your glutes. How you doing, Yokai? Shut it with the butt. All about the butt stuff today. I still owe Magnetron 10 squats. I did forget for a second. Real quick, I'm gonna take a quick BRB and get to set 2. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, thanks guys for hanging out there. For those of you that are new, I'm Wolverine Guy Kev. Welcome back, everyone else. Sorry, I had to take care of something. All right, so I'm on set 2 of these. Again, if you're feeling this in your back, you're doing something wrong. It's either your form or you're lifting too much weight. This should definitely be felt majority in your behind. Trying to maximize our gluteus today. Tacoed up and back, hell yeah. If you just got here, these are RDLs, not conventional deadlifts. So the objective here is time under tension at specifically, you're feeling everything in my back and about 6 out of 10. I had to tough it out at the office. So oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I wish there was something I could do to help. Get that ibuprofen, I guess, or whatever it is you can take. I don't know. I can't personally take ibuprofen. Maybe you can't either. I do take ibuprofen because there are times when you just need an anti-inflammatory. It's the only thing that's going to touch it. Hell yeah, tacos. That is the appropriate exclamation. All right. So again, when I'm going to lift this up like a conventional deadlift, and then when I'm setting it down, it's like I'm trying to close a drawer in my kitchen that is behind me, and I can only use my butt. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. C1 shifted to the forward to right again. Caused a cascade of problems. That sucks. So that's the first cervical vertebra in your neck, right? I use my context clues on that one. That sucks. That really, really sucks. All of my problems in my back are my lumbar region, like the entirety of it. All of those discs are compressed. Base of the skull, brainstem, kind of important, right? Whew. So part of the issue where I'm like really out of breath after that, it has less to do with the fact that I'm out of shape. I am out of shape, but I'm bracing so much that it's actually hard to get a breath in. So I tend to clench for a couple of reps, then take a breath and re-brace. The bracing is super important because that's how you keep the load off of your back. And all of it is carried by your core. In order to brace, there's a couple different things you can think. One is just think about getting punched in the stomach and what you would have to do to avoid getting the wind knocked out of you. That's one. Two, I tend to subscribe to this a little bit more. Cough and blow all the air out. Or my wife's physical therapist said, blow all the air out until your belly button can touch your spine. Hey, Getalingus, whatever. What's up? How you doing? I can't talk. Either way, you want your this whole area, the rectus abdominis, that's your 6-pack, 8-pack, 13-pack, whatever, and your transverse, that's the belt that goes around your core area, that sheet of muscle. You want that to take the brunt of the load. I wish I could touch your spine through your belt. Jesus Christ, man. See, it's shit like that that make me wonder even more how I managed to land Jen, because I never said romantic things to her like that. Hope you're well. I'm doing good, man. I hope you're doing well. What's happening, brother? All right. Before I do this, Mag, I owe you 10 bodyweight squats. I'm going to get these done. 6, 7, 8, 10. Thank you so much for that sub. I appreciate you. And feel free, guys, to call me out when I forget, because we all know that I have the brain of the dog from Up. I believe his name was Doug. Squirrel! All right. Exactly, Mag. Exactly. I have a story in a minute. Ah. Ah. Whew. Sit down for a minute. I believe I'm done with these right now anyway. So I might have told this story yesterday, but I'll tell it again. So I'm brewing a coffee. And actually, let me rewind. I'm straightening up my house and I come butt stuff. What's happening? Vodka lover. Sorry, couldn't see. Straightening up my house. Found a coffee cup that I'd used earlier in the day. I use the same coffee cup all day. Ain't no thing. So I go and I put it under the Keurig, set that up. Cadence loves watching coffee brew. So once that starts brewing, he runs right over to the Keurig. He's trying to look in the cup. I go back to straightening the house because now not only can I multitask because I've got a coffee brewing, it's gonna be waiting for me when I'm done. My child is occupied. It's great. Straightening up. Cadence is messing around in the kitchen. And I hear something drop on the not like glass, but just something just dropped on the floor. And I look, and it is a salad dressing packet from like I don't even know, like something that would come with a Subway salad or something. And I think to myself, well, that's weird. And Cadence is like right by the fridge, so I put that back. And now I'm like, I'm gonna go drink my coffee. I walk over to my coffee, and it is surface tension full. Now, I have those 16-ounce coffee cups. My Keurig only fills up to 12 ounces. So I'm just staring at it, trying to remember if there was still old-ass coffee in there, and I wasn't paying attention, because that's happened before. But I'm like, no, I always notice that. I always notice that. What the hell? And so I'm trying to think, I'm trying to think, I'm trying to think. And then I go, Aiden's was over by the fridge. And I'm putting two and two together and went, there's no fucking way. I go over to the fridge, I open up, sure as shit, my creamer bottle is now empty. Completely empty. It was the whitest of coffees I have ever drank in my life. So much sugar. He's helping. All right, I'm going to get this broken down. Fortunately, that creamer bottle, it was a Caucasian coffee for sure. That creamer bottle was mostly empty anyway. It had about a cup and a half left. And by a cup and a half, I mean enough to cream 1 1/2 cups of coffee for me. So it would have done a little bit less than 2 more for me. I want to stress that it was not like, 12 ounces of creamer in there. So it wasn't horrible, but still, what am I doing next? Bulgarian split squats. Oh, my favorite. Be thankful it wasn't ketchup. No, he can't open the ketchup on his own yet. He has not figured that out. Although I did go and buy the daycare some ketchup for him, and as I handed it to them, I was like, if he gives you shit eating anything, obviously I didn't say that exactly, but like just put ketchup on his plate. He'll devour it. He also may try to get you to squirt it directly in his mouth. Came back to pick him up, and his therapist was like, he definitely tried to get us to squirt it in his mouth. And I laughed and went, well, did you? She goes, no, we don't really do that here. And then there was like this awkward silence. I went, oh, no, neither do we. But yeah, he's got this. He discovered ketchup last week, and now it's the greatest thing ever. He has a couple of favorite things. If he sees them, he will lose his mind. A lot of it is clothing. He has a favorite shirt, which I generally try to hide from him, but unfortunately, I washed it yesterday. So when I brought the basket of clothes up, this kid was not paying attention to a single thing I was doing. I moved one pair of pants off the top of that basket. There's that shirt. And before I could even go to hide it, this kid had jumped down, ran over, grabbed it, and took it back to his seat. Like, okay, we're wearing that today. It is too small for him. It's a 3T. He's almost into a size 5. Hey, child, killing me here. I'm going to ship you a case of Sam-size ketchup. You might as well. Fuck. All right, we're going to be going into Bulgarian split squats. We're going to be doing this with a glute focus, which means I'm stepping farther out, maintaining my shin being perpendicular to the ground, but my body is going to lean forward. So I discovered this a couple weeks ago. When you're doing Bulgarian split squats, what the fuck am I doing? I have another collar around here. There it is. So when you're doing Bulgarian split squats, you generally have your leg elevated behind you. A lot of people use their bench. I'm one of them. And there's this game, a 114-ounce tub for $9.34. Jesus Christ. There's generally this game of trying to figure out where your foot goes, right? You're just kind of reaching back, and sometimes it's the wrong angle, and then you do the hippity hop, right? So there's 2 things you can do to fix your position. One of them, because I'm going to be standing out farther, I'm going to sit my butt right on the edge of the bench, straighten out my leg in front of me. That's where I stand, okay? Now I just have to put my foot behind me. Now again, if this is flat, I have to play the game. But if it's inclined, there's a dip right there. And my foot position is good. So now the only thing I have to worry about is, did I stick it too far on, or is it not quite on, which it was not there. I'm losing my balance. But this is a lot easier to figure out where you're supposed to be. Do I still have to play the game? Yes. But it's one less thing that you have to worry about. I'm going to grab my gloves, get some weights. So there's two ways to do Bulgarian split squats. Well, there's probably more, but there's two main ways. One focuses on quad development, one focuses on glute development. For quad development, you stand closer. Your knee goes over your toes, but your body goes straight up and down. Completely reverse that for quad. Stand farther out, keep your body angled, but let your shin stay straight up and down. All right. I'm going to do 3 sets of 10. My body weight plus 50 pounds. I may up this next week, but not today. I am tired. Plus, once I get to 25 pounds, I have to start going up in 10-pound increments on each dumbbell because of the adjustable set that I have. It goes up 10 pounds starting at 5. So 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, up to 55. So I need to start buying pairs of dumbbells that are in between those. Did the music just stop for you guys? It just stopped for me. Oh well. All right. So I'm sitting on the edge. Put my foot out. You are tired? Take a nap. Did the fighters see me? You hear the music? Okay. So then there's an issue with, I don't know if this connects to my PC via Bluetooth or if it's like a Wi-Fi connection or what, but that's where the issue is. It's the signal from the PC to the HomePod. All right. Put this behind you. Find the dip. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I had just a little bit more knee flexion than I needed. All right. I'm going to step off to the side a little bit. And this leg is actually a little bit shorter, so I may actually need to move. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my God. Whew. Thanks, Vodka Lover. I appreciate that you answered my question. Oh, fuck. I hate those so much. I hate Bulgarians in all their forms. The split squats, not the people. Just realized how horrible that sounded. So Joel, my soon-to-be 8-year-old, has been complaining the last few weeks that a friend of his essentially is bullying him. A lot of name calling. And I've mentioned this to his teacher. And his teacher was like, okay, I will keep an eye out for it, but I want to make this clear. They interact quite a bit, and they're both like friendly to each other. Like, okay. In my head, I'm like, that doesn't mean it's not happening, which he acknowledged. He's like, I haven't seen it, but I will keep an eye out for it. And so yesterday, I had to shoot a message because it's escalated a little bit. Where every day, this kid is calling my son stupid, ugly, making fun of his yearbook picture, and it's not cool. And there have also been instances where this kid has asked to copy off of Joel's work, whether it's a test or a quiz or homework or whatever. And I looked at Joel and I'm like, I am willing to let you handle this with your teacher, but I'm not going to let this go on for long. So you need to start speaking up for yourself. Because I want to protect him, but I don't want him to not learn to fight his own battles. There's a balance. And anyway, he wouldn't say anything. And finally I said, all right, do I need to get involved? And he said, yes, you do. So I wrote the teacher a message. Teacher writes me back. He's like, yeah, so Joel is constantly initiating conversation with him. And today there was an incident where Bryson cut in line right in front of Joel. I'm like, okay, well, that's a problem. And Joel grabbed his shirt, and then Bryson started yelling at him, and I had them both leave the line. I was like, okay. So I had a long talk with Joel this morning about, and then he was like, as far as the copying goes, Bryson always has his work done first. Like, it may have happened once or twice. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I'll tell you right now, today, Bryson had his work finished, and Joel hadn't even started his. Like, okay. Had a very long talk with Joel about that. And, I mean, number one, Joel, I'm not going to say that my kid is an angel and would not lie to me. What I am saying is he lacks the capacity for any kind of poker face, so I'm pretty sure he's telling the truth. And that's the thing. It's not that I'm sitting here, are you calling my son a liar? No, he's not lying. Trust me, he's not lying. I would be able to see right through it. The kid has zero poker face. But Joel this year has had some issues with extraneous conversations and things that have nothing to do with school, which is the first time we've had this issue. So I don't know whether it's just if it's Joel or if it's a lack of classroom management by Mr. Koulos, and I have a feeling it's a little bit of both, because Joel's never had this problem before, ever. Joel's actually a bit of a teacher's pet. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my God. Morning, Celtic. How are you doing today? Breaking the law, breaking the law. I'm going to put this out there right now. I love hard rock. I especially like old hard rock. I've never actually heard this song outside of Beavis and Butthead. Breaking the law, breaking the law. And it's gone now. I'm having some serious connection issues down here today. All right. Right side. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, God damn. If I don't have an absolutely luscious ass by the time I got to do this gig in August, I'm pissed. I got a notification yesterday from my weight tracking app. It's finally getting to the point where it's giving me a more realistic when I will meet my goal. My goal is 205. It is saying June of next year. At one point, it was saying October of this year. And that's because, again, at the beginning, I was losing so much body percentage. It was like, oh wow, you're so much fat. It was donk guy. I missed the mark on branding. That should have been what it is. But at the beginning, it's so much easier to lose weight because you lose, like, when I weigh almost 300 pounds, 3 pounds is 1% of my body weight. If I weigh 200 pounds, it's less than that. It's a less percentage of my body weight. Plus, your maintenance calories go down, which means that in order to get the same kind of results I was getting at the beginning, that means I got to eat that much less. And once you get really close to your goal, it gets stupid hard because at 205, that means maintenance level for me is just above 2400. It's 2460 per day. That's maintenance level, which means that I have to be somewhere around 1900 calories ingested. It is really hard for me to eat less than 2200. And I say that not as a guy that currently weighs 266, but as a guy that at one point weighed 185. And it was rough for me then to stay underneath. Now, I was a lot more active back then too. But as long as I can keep consistent with this, which right now I don't see any reason why I can't. I have I got a job interview springboard at the University of Michigan for a stewardship officer in donor funds. So what stewardship is essentially is guiding the donor to use their money in a way that's going to make them the most happy. So there's a lot of student profiles that you fill out and say, this is this person, this is their background, this is what they're doing now thanks to your scholarship, to your dollars, in order to get them to continue maybe adding more money to that program or get them to create another program that is similar in scope, or to create presentations on new initiatives that the university is fundraising for. So there's a lot of it combines marketing with fundraising, and I think that's really right in my wheelhouse. We'll see how that goes. Out just a little farther. There we go. There we go. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, fuck. Put these down for a minute. I get no circulation in my fingers. Trying to get a new job myself. Can't stand my coworkers and the favoritism. I appreciate the sentiment. I have been on so many interviews in the last 3 months. And it's the same story as when I was looking for my job before I got hired in at Wayne State, where I've got the right skill set, but either I don't have a shit ton of experience for this entry-level position, or they're not actually hiring for the position. So let's pretend that they are hiring for the position. I probably won't hear back for a second interview for at least 3 more weeks, because everywhere is playing this game. They're drawing it out. They want to make it look like they're hiring. And that way, Everyone can bitch like, oh, nobody wants to work. Nope. Everyone just wants to, all your employers want to make everything like it was in 2019 and before. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Whew. That's enough of those. Fuck. Need for experience for an entry level is whack. And it's not necessarily like it's a need thing, but the problem is that there are so many people that got displaced by the productivity boom that everywhere endured during the pandemic. When they started figuring out how to work short-staffed and still make everyone happy. So they're trying to do that. And then because some of these people are getting desperate for jobs, they're saying, well, it's totally in-office position and we're only going to offer 40 grand. Like, at this point, the fuck good is 40 grand going to do me? I mean, you could make the argument, well, it's more than zero. Yeah, it's more than zero, but I'm not going to do a job that should be paying 60 grand for 40 grand. It's just stupid. Promised Land coming to those biddies. Everyone wants to take care. You have the swole world in your... Yes. Thank you, sir. Have a great day. Do you think I can make gains when I eat whatever? Butcher guy, your titles are killing me. Hell yeah. You can. They won't be as good. First of all, how old are you? Second of all, have you ever lifted before? And like, what's your lifting experience? Why I started to apply for a job before my vacation because I know it's going to take a couple of weeks before I hear anything. Right, exactly. I feel you on the job market. It's stupid. And that's all I see on my TikTok right now is that everyone just got to kind of wait it out. Body weight, have a 20-pound dumbbell. All right. So you're trying to make, when you say you're trying to make gains, you're trying to lose fat, you're trying to build muscle. Because you could make gains on your weight loss journey, or make swole gains, you know. Headed back to school, change my course in the job market. Good for you. You want to build muscle, you're skinny. All right. So let me look again. 18 turning 19. All right. When I was that age, this is not true for everybody, but when I was that age, it was very hard for me to put on weight. All right. I miss those days. But this much is true. You cannot gain weight without eating in a caloric surplus. Means however you're going to get it, you need to eat more than the amount of calories it takes to keep you alive. If you don't mind me asking, how much do you weigh? More than zero, but it's necessarily worth factoring lunches, gas, vehicle maintenance, possibly childcare. Exactly. And the childcare thing is why I will not accept an on-site position for less than 60. There is no point to it for me because over half my check will go to childcare. Single family size cab here, it doesn't pay for dick at all. Oh. Need to eat more than you burn. Exactly. Well, and that's the thing. How much do you weigh right now? And that'll tell you, I can tell you from there roughly what your maintenance level is to stay at that weight. Chugging protein yogurt just before. Because protein yogurt. Now, is that just Greek yogurt, or is it some special kind of protein added yogurt that I am unaware of? Ugh. I made protein pancakes this morning, and they were fucking delicious. I had a Kodiak blueberry pancake mix. I'm not sold on it being better than the straight buttermilk yet, but it was the first time I've used them, and I'm going to go through the packet regardless. Protein added yogurt, so it's 15 grams. Wow, who makes that? You got jokes ready for that? Nice. All right. I'm going to start with 275. Those of you that know me here know I don't really squat a whole lot, at least not here, for a lot of reasons. The fuck was that noise? Oh, it was my Amazon Echo. Like, I heard a female talking. Hey, Gnome Deadly, what's happening? I'm at my sis house, so I can't check, but I found a basic supermarket. How are you? How's little one? And Mama J? Thank you so much. Thank you. I have been at this nonstop for the last 3 months. So I appreciate that more than you know. We're doing butt stuff today. My ass really hurts. Shut up, Faye. And Dead Man, if you're watching. My favorite routine that I like to see. We got that plump in the rump, as Cheesy Dad said. Where did I put my... There it is. Okay. All right. Squats are great for a lot of reasons. Much like deadlifts, they're an almost entirely full body exercise. Everything from the core down really is worked in a squat. You have to also engage your delts, shoulders, traps, all of that in order to stabilize the bar. Your core is largely what keeps the weight from going to your back. It can, however, cause issues with knee and hip problems, and which is one of the reasons that I tend to not do them as much or as heavy. The other reason is, if you will look at my half rack here, I have a very small target to put that bar on. And if I miss, I'm going to die. I've already missed twice. So I don't go heavy out of paranoia. She got more arse than me. The fuck? Dude, I have so much arse. I'm all booty. Plus, I got that pump in the rump, too. No, seriously, you can ask anyone that knows me in real life. I've got the junk in the trunk. When my firstborn, when Magnetron was pregnant with our firstborn, he was stuck in the wrong position because his butt was caught somewhere. And when we found out it was his butt, everyone in the room looks at me and I'm like, oh, come on. You see, it's not because of me. This kid comes out, he's like my clone. And then everyone looked at me again, I'm like, all right, it's he got it from me. That's correct. Wait, what did Clabbers do? I missed that. So that rump is going to hump and bump. Can you still sing opera? Oh, I absolutely sing opera. I'm in an opera right now. It's just a bunch of background chorus ahs and ohs, but I just got done with one where I got to say fuck quite a bit. It's not something I normally do in opera, so that was pretty cool. All right, 275 pounds. Got a couple 45s and a 25 on a 45-pound bar. This ain't even close to my heaviest, but it's about the heaviest I'll do in this gym. Let's get at it.
Welcome to the Wolverine Nation.
I'm going to thank whoever that was in a minute. 5, 6, 7, 9. Oh, Jesus. Gnome Deadly, thank you so much for that tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Wolverine Nation. I owe you 10 bodyweight squats, which you're going to get in just a minute. You got this. Work that shit. Yeah. Woo. Hard to believe I used to do 150% of that on the regular. It's been a long fucking time, though. What have you been up to, Gnome Deadly? Squat, 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 squats. And I got the same problem as I did with the RDLs, where I'm bracing my core and it's hard to breathe while you're doing that. Plus, exercise takes a lot out of you. Jesus. There was a time when I was squatting 400 pounds on the regular, trying to figure if you have more bisectors. I've been working a lot, 410, so I can have today off. Taking my lunch break for a new meeting. Awesome, awesome. 3-day weekend. Hell yeah. Fuck, dude, no one is going to judge you for drinking at 11:32 a.m. on a Friday of a 3-day weekend. I am actually totally unsupervised this weekend. My kids are heading off to grandma's. My 2 youngest heading off to grandma's house for the weekend. My 2 oldest are working about an hour away from me up with their mom. My wife is working a double shift as a dialysis nurse. She was supposed to go in at 4:30. She slept through her alarm. She got there around 6. Especially when you've worked 4 10-hour days. Hell yeah. I didn't even see the time. Facts, right? But once she's done with that shift, and she'll get out probably about 10, 11 o'clock at night, she's also heading to her mom's for the weekend. I am going to be completely left to my own devices after 4 o'clock today. So I may stream naked later. I don't know. May still have butt stuff. Whew. Yeah, I know. When I spell it all out. My wife apparently DoorDashed for the office, and she was like, just so you know, this is for 3 people, and they're all going to Venmo me. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. He's the one that makes the money. It ain't me. Unsupervised Kev. You got to tell me when you do stage so I can go and see you. I want to see you sing. It's not going to be for a while, at least opera stuff. The one that I'm doing right now, I literally have I have 5 entire minutes of music, and I'm on stage for 0 of it. It's all off-stage stuff. So, Cunning Little Vixen, it's a great show. It's a pretty show. Want to come see a family-friendly opera that's got pretty music? Come see it. Want to come see me sing? No, not so much. I do have a few Twitch clips, yeah. I want to see still. I'll be doing barbershop sporadically over the summer. I've got a pro choir gig that I want to say we're meeting in June. I could be wrong about that, though. And then opera season picks back up for me in the fall. We're doing Traviata. I'm hoping to have a role in, and then Mozart's Così van tutte, which I probably will not have a lot in. Mozart did not like doing a lot of chorus. meat shelf for high beam. Ah, 2, 3. Ah, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Jesus. Huh. Remember meeting you through Chloe. Yeah. I don't regret it all since I haven't seen Chloe in forever. We've chatted very briefly on Instagram, but I haven't had time to really go into anyone else's stream. And I think honestly, High Beam is the streamer that I go into the most. TikTok. I need some. I met a lot of cool streamers through Chloe. I know she's streaming. She's still streaming on Twitch. She still has. She streams at least once a week on TikTok. I know she was doing it every day, but I think she switched. Chloe's a sweetheart. I'm still streaming still, thanks to you all. Good. Will confirm they make the Boudet look great. I need all the help I can get. Making stuff look great. Oh, I don't really stream anymore. I don't know why I can't get motivated lately. You know, honestly, I had that issue for a long time. And I still have an issue getting motivated to do non-workout streams. Even though I know this is not the case, I feel like if I miss a workout stream that y'all are going to judge me, so it keeps me motivated to come back every day. I'm going to keep that mindset because it keeps me coming down here. But I can't just hit the stream button to stream a video game anymore because I've got my whole setup turned around the wrong way. I have more friends online than in real life. I certainly see more friends online than in real life. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I could. Last time I went out with friends was when I went out with High Beam and her husband. Time before that was when I went to go see SummerSlam. Went to a WWE pay-per-view, or a premium live event, as they like to call them now. And streaming as my body allows, heckin' fine. Yeah, I know. Streaming because of a habit, nothing big, just for fun. Hey, man. Through the pandemic, this was my social life. And then the pandemic stopped. I stopped streaming. I didn't bother going back to a regular social life. And I think that's really the issue. We're going to have to get you over to our place and I'll make food. You keep saying that. I am down. I am so down. All right. Last set. Whew, man. When I say my ass is tired, literally, my ass is tired. What your guys say, right? But yeah, High Beam, anytime, seriously, unless I'm rehearsing. That reminds me, I got to put my put my barbershop. So here's something that pisses me off before I get to this last set. And I'm more annoyed than I am pissed. But so I am friends with my, I don't want to say she's my boss, but she is in a position of authority over me at Greenfield. She is the director of my particular ensemble. So she picks the music and she writes the schedule. Wolby, yeah. Figure out when, because it's almost pin-up contest season for me, right? So I went to her before all of our rehearsal started and said, hey, I need as many days as possible this year because I'm not working. So I will sing 2 parts. I'll sing the bass, I'll sing the baritone. And she's like, all right, cool, no problem. She messages me 2 days ago and goes, hey, I found another baritone, so you don't have to do that anymore. I'm like, no, I still have to. So, and the issue with that is that they don't have barbershop every single day. We split that time with the Sweet Adelines group. So the max I will work per week, if I work the entire week, is 4 days. Sometimes it's 3 because we alternate. And so now cut that in half. So now I'm like 2 or 1 day a week. I don't make a lot of money doing that. So make me want to work out. What the hell? And it's half the point that I do this. The other half is to make sure that I actually work out, because I got up to almost 300 pounds, man. I was not happy with that. Shit. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great. That's all I got. Oh, all right. Jesus. Okay. So half the reason I do this is to hopefully inspire other people to work out. And the other half is making sure that I'm being held accountable, because my workout buddy works near his mom now as opposed to working near me. So it makes it really hard for us to get together and work out. My 7-year-old just isn't motivated to squat 300 pounds for some reason. Walked home from my boss's house this morning, up and down hill, so 20 minutes. Hell yeah. Joel is a slacker. I keep telling him he's got to get those gains. He can surely squat 12 times his body weight. Yes. Iron Scotsman. I just got done doing legs and walked home from the gym. Delete me now. Jesus Christ. That's horrible. Like, I feel so bad for you right now. Oh. Other than that, how you doing? Stay. Welcome in and ow. I also feel bad for me. Yeah. Man, the worst for me ever was the first time I ever did squats, because I had no fucking clue what I was doing to begin with. And I'm sure I wasn't doing it right. I didn't hurt myself, but when you've never done that motion before, you get super sore. Your body is like, we're going to spout lactic acid everywhere. And I was bartending that night, and I mentioned to my other bartender, his name's Matt Palacios. He's just this mammoth wall of a body fat deficient man. He's just huge. He was like, oh, today was the first day you did squats? Mind getting that beer down there? I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch. He had more seniority than me, so he sent me going for everything that was on the bottom shelf, and I'd just be like, okay. Okay. That sucked so bad. My legs get worked out every day. Kids' bedrooms are on the second floor, laundry rooms in the Yep. Thanks for grabbing that shout out. High Beam. Love you, High Beam. Yeah, my legs hurt just from my walking. Only imagine having to work out on top of it. Yeah, I'll probably get in a mile and a half later on too. All right, so I'm gonna do some lateral raises. I'm gonna go super light on these because, as you know, my shoulders have been pretty fucking sore, and they aren't great yet. So we're just gonna be doing 15-pound dumbbells. Delts are a small muscle anyway. So a lot of people don't really go much heavier than 20, 25 pounds on these, even if they have huge shoulders. Because relatively delts are a small muscle. It's very easy. You can only fuck them up and fuck up your rotator cuff. So these are 15-pound dumbbells. We're just going to focus on form and pound out 10 to 12 easy reps. It's going to be 10. My traps are still killing me from yesterday. The one jinx myself, I have shifted my C1 back into place. Just feel out good. But knock on whatever. Just switch from a strength-based low rep high weight to a lower weight high reps, pyramiding down by 2 less each set. I want to cry and or eat an entire pizza, unsure of which. Cry while eating the pizza. That is generally my position. If you can, curled up into a ball on your floor in a corner naked. Maximum sympathy for maximum gains. Why not both? Exactly. That would definitely be me as my wife walks in, just up in a corner naked in the fetal position, like, oh, God, oh, God. I don't need the pizza. I'll just cry and sip this water, rehydrate while losing the fluids. So this is what you do. I'm being dead serious about this. Get some canned chicken. Go with me on this. All right. Put it in a bowl. Get a couple of egg whites and maybe some light mayo. Mix it all up. Flatten it out. Very thin, very round. Throw it in the oven for 40 minutes on 375. Take it out. It is now a pizza crust. Throw some marinara on it or pizza sauce or whatever. Get some light, low fat, no fat mozzarella cheese. Throw some of that bagged pepperoni on it. Put it back in the oven, melt that cheese. There you go. All right. Set 2. I cannot believe 15 pounds is causing me this much grief. Ah. Ah. 9, 10. Oh, fuck me. Seriously, there's this one woman on TikTok that makes chicken crust pizza and like makes it out of it, makes so many different kinds of pizza. She made a chicken Caesar pizza the other day, which essentially she just put a Caesar salad on top of the chicken crust. But it was still a cool idea. But I'm seriously considering doing that. I've got some garlic and herb steak Alfredo, but sorry, butter garlic steak Alfredo upstairs that I'm gonna have for lunch. I got to work on some dinner. Dinner's just for me, bitches. So nobody here tonight. I'm putting porn on the big screen. No, I'm not. Ooh, I have a rehearsal tomorrow afternoon, which unfortunately is when I would normally be watching the WWE. Man, you know how I loves my pro wrestling. Wow, wow, wow! Don't give me that high beam. You expect nothing less from me. I'm still catching my breath from those motherfucking squats. This is stupid. See something real quick. Oops. Get rid of that. Is Ozzy? Yes, it is. All right, last set of these. I'm going to switch to front raises. Ugh. Ugh. In case you're wondering, I do not have small shoulders. So believe me when I say this, you don't have to do a ton of weight on these lateral raises, front raises, back raises, none of them. I'm playing Fallout 4. I'm a little hooked. I didn't play yesterday, but I'm going to probably this weekend quite a bit. I don't know if I'll stream it or not, but I get the game to fucking work first. The amount of times I have just fallen through something, and it's not like a one-time deal. It just keeps happening. The bottom of the ocean that I'm supposed to, or the bottom of the pool that I'm supposed to be like looking for whatever it is I'm looking for. There is a monster down there that I have to kill. I know that. The dude that wanted me to do it didn't tell me that, but I played this before. Yeah, that hasn't even rendered, so I just fall. Fortunately, eventually I can move over to one side enough to where I'm randomly up here with my head above the water, soaking in rads. Show that C1 who's boss. Bethesda's specialty falling through. I know, right? So my wife was playing Rust the other day on an open server, and whatever the mode is, if you're in a vehicle with the owner of that vehicle, the owner of the vehicle has to be in it and in the driver's seat, I believe. You won't take any damage from anything. So one thing that they have been doing has been setting bombs and just exploding and flipping all through the air, and it's a ton of fun. They taught somebody else who was streaming at the time and also playing. They're like, "Hey, you want to come do this thing? It's super cool." So she's streaming, jumps in. They set the bomb off. Like, "Hey, that was so cool." They hit the ground and glitched right through the ground into a lake, and they all drowned and all lost their stuff. So that's on YouTube somewhere. It's like, good job, honey. You're a murderer. All right, front raises. Ugh. Hell yeah, Ozzy. Ugh. I remember the first time I played Alien Isolation, which is a fantastic game, by the way. I love the concept of it, but I was playing it on the Xbox. And no matter whether you get a game online or if you own the disc, there's a shitload the game has to download before you can play it. And be right back, protein needed. Oh yeah, man. So if you I don't know how this is on other systems, but there is a little arrow on the progress bar in the downloads that says playable here, basically. So once it's downloaded this amount, you can start actually playing the game. Only game I've ever done this with is Alien Isolation, where I played it before it's done downloading. So the ship had not rendered, hadn't downloaded the polygons and textures for the ship. So I start the game, and you're literally just in black space with a whole bunch of people that you can see, some of them whose clothes have not rendered yet. There are no walls. They're just walking around in space. And I was like, what in the Bethesda is going on? I have glitched inside of so many things and then gotten stuck in Fallout. It's pissing me off. It happens in Skyrim too. All right, this is my third set. Ah. 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay. And we are done. Ooh. All right. We're going to call that a day. It is just about noon. And I do have some shit to do. Oh my God, unlock. There we go. All right. Wolverine, dude, I'm just now leaving. I just finished. I'm so sorry. But thank you everybody for showing up. It was a fantastic leg day. We worked that ass. We pounded that ass. We clapped those cheeks. We are victorious. I know, Wolvie, I'm sorry, man. But I can only clap my cheeks so many times. And Iron Scotsman just went off to grab some protein, and I'm taking off too. But really appreciate everyone showing up, giving me that support, and keeping me going. We are going to raid out today. So before I do that, everyone, if you haven't joined my Discord already, there's a link right there. I'm here still. I can hear you, bubs. All right. All right, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm taking off. We are going to raid out. If you're not a part of my Discord, the link is in chat. Please click that. I don't have a raid command because I'm lame. I'm not nearly as good of a streamer as you are, to be totally honest. Yeah, join the Discord. Merch link is up there too. I don't have it in me to do a spiel. If you are are those follow emotes or are those sub emotes? I'm not sure, but you can use the raid call that Highbeam just composed herself right there. Just copy and paste that whole thing. If you don't have access to my to that particular emote, there should be a raid emote as well that looks like Indiana Jones. And let's see who is on right now. I will not be able to chat it up. So guys, we are gonna go to we're gonna go to Freaky Zeke. Freaky Zeke is a Call of Duty streamer. He's hilarious. He's a really, really cool dude. Show him some love, give him a follow, and just tell him that I had to go and I love him and that I will clap his cheeks at a later date. So thank you, everybody. We are heading out of here in about 10 seconds. So again, thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Later, y'all.